Here is some Styx Hexenhammer talking about gargling balls. Let's take a listen.
Because I saw it on Fear Factor. They weren't bad, actually. A little bit chewy, but otherwise they tasted a little bit like steak, honestly. Anyway, talking about CNN.
So this man is so... I think that he's still in that fight where he's arguing with people about eating dogs. Like, this guy is so high up on the libertarian level and so yellow fever lusting that he's just like, ha, delicious dog soup. And then people still give him shit about this. He's like, well, I ate a bow testicle. Yummy, yummy. Tastes like a nice steak. Cool, bro. Nice. Happy for you. So this happened, or I became aware of this very, very, very recently. And I'm about to hit you guys. A lot of the time when I talk about stuff on the internet, there's generally two broad categories of things that I talk about. Things that everybody has kind of seen if they pay attention to the forum or other internet drama stuff. And then some random stuff I dig up just for funsies. This is neither. I think that this is the biggest thing that nobody has talked about yet. On the Kamala Trump debate thing, there were quite a few different podcasters and streamers who did live coverage of the debate, as is natural for a debate streamer. This guy, Carl Warwick, aka STYXHEXENHAMMER666, decided that he would introduce his girlfriend on stream as he watched the debate. And since the debate is so bad, he would of course have a little bit of alcoholic beverages as he did so. This resulted in what is perhaps the most uncomfortable moment ever captured on a live stream. Those of weak disposition, avert your gaze.
Hey, this is my darling. Yes.
You done?
No.
Okay.
Only slightly.
So if you don't know, if you're only listening, he groped his girlfriend sitting on the couch next to him through her clothes, and the visible physical discomfort on display is like skin crawling, and his weird like yes, my darling, that like his voice on top of this is like the creepiest thing that's ever been recorded since like Pogo the Clown. Now, they are in a relationship, but this in and of itself is some level of complexity. Tarl is married, and there's been some speculation since he left the Netherlands, where his wife is from, that he has split with his wife, which is interesting because he has children with his wife. But that wouldn't be the first time that he's had children with a woman and then left her, because that's actually his second wife, and he has 3 children. The woman sitting next to him is a 30-year-old woman that he's had a prior relationship with that ended on bad terms. How do I know this, chat? Because she's a user of the Kiwi Farms, and in 2019, she joined to tell her story with her experience with Carl Warwick. She was impregnated by him, and at 6 weeks, he told her that you will have an abortion, and she claims that she terminated her pregnancy to stay in a relationship with him, which he did not keep up with. She even moved to live with him in Vermont. This woman has had 3 other children with different men. So the both of them have 3 kids with different people that they're no longer in the lives of. And her experience sounds like that she's left the children to be with Tarl. She is a drug user, and so is Tarl. So the two of them live in Vermont, live stream, have very, very awkward relations with each other, and have 3 kids that they do not participate in the lives of, so that they can sit on the couch and smoke weed and stream. So that is to say that this video not only is the most awkward thing ever captured on a live stream, it is also a window into the fact that Tarl Warwick is absolute fucking white trash, the likes of which have never been seen before. Like before this, it was just kind of like, oh, he uses an Alienware laptop as like a flashlight. He refuses to own a phone. He doesn't want to use any technology that actually works because he is waiting for something like Rumble to come along so that he can get money from them. Just like grifter, retard, piece of shit, dumb fuck. But now it's like, oh, you're actual fucking garbage. Your whole libertarian thing is that you're a man-child retard. And you're white fucking trash. I get it now. Now it makes sense. So, I was going to post this on my Twitter, but I don't know how to do it because this is effectively a kind of like sexual harassment at the very least, and it could be full blown assault because she's so obviously not into it, and he's just live streaming this. So I don't know if I should like for the Twitter if I should like censor her face. I don't know if I should censor the groping. I'm debating what to do about it. But I'm gonna. Tarl, I remember when I told you to join the Fediverse, and you called me a retard. Swiggity sweetie motherfucker. I'm a very patient person. I wait for the day that you grope a woman that you force to have an abortion on camera, and then I strike like a inland Taipei, okay? I remember. Don't get carried away. Well, I'm open to suggestions if you guys have a theory. It's not like now, as is often the case, because the fucking internet drama streamers and the turkey toms of the world, they have their people watch this stream and then they learn from it and they make something out of whatever I show. And I think that like, mark my fucking words, this is like weird. The Styx is like in general, Styx is popular still somehow, and he's in general weird and unlikable. And as I mentioned, this is one of the most profoundly awkward things ever captured on webcam, so expect that to happen. Tip the cow. Oh, I'm rocking this boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Don't tip the boat over. Let me read her post, actually. She says, hey, so all the things you guys could have looked into, my Steam account was it. Wow, you spread photos of Nayella's Instagram, yet you failed to look into mine where I'm clearly drinking from the original Styx mug. By the way, she's wearing his merch. Like, he's grabbing her booba through his own merch. It's crazy. And she's wearing the stupid-ass fucking hat. Look, here's the thing. Taro did something that I never could have imagined would have happened to me. He manipulated me into aborting our child on November 17th at 6 weeks, saying that if I chose to keep it, he would refuse to be emotionally invested and would only provide whatever fiscal support he was able. He would guilt me, saying that he didn't think I was ready to be a mother at 24, and he wasn't ready to be a father at 30. He said that if I was afraid to go to the doctor, he would concoct a tea using herbs from his garden, and that I wouldn't taste it or even know. Quote, it would be like a heavy period and we can get this behind us. I am a faithful... So Tarl is growing abortion herbs in his backyard? How often does he need the abortion tea that he's just growing abortion herbs willy-nilly in his back garden in Vermont? I would like some clarity to the statement. Can we get the Kiwi Farms drone to visit his house in Vermont and identify the abortion herbs in the backyard? She says, I am faithful, loyal, a pretty damn good cook, and I was kind until I punched him in the face for lying to me for an entire year. He still lies to me. It took a very long time, but I have moved on. I'm in a happy, loving relationship with an amazing, honest man. We're expecting a child in a couple months. So I think that she abandoned this child, I think who was also like her third child, so that she could go do drugs with Tarl. Have some Abort-tea. Home-brewed Abort-tea, as God intended. If Tarl wishes to live out his days with Elizabeth, by all means, he can try. I'm aware that people are capable of changing, in quotes, but I lived with him and his family for over a year, with promise of change, and it was all a lie. I learned from a very young age that lying only creates more problems, so I do my best to tell the truth. That being said, there are always two or more sides to every story, so they can all be truthful in conflict. I actually left a comment on her profile saying run, and I'm going to add an addendum. Never mind. You deserve each other. I think I need to correct that original statement, chat. I think I've had a change of opinion. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about this, chat? Give me your opinions. I'm reading. Give me a second to drink some water. Give me your take, chat. She's a philosopher, sis. Feeling pretty good. Based. Ricada level parenting. Not quite. We're getting there, though. She knows who he is and is choosing it, frowny face. Maybe she's there to get revenge. What do I think about this? Wait, can I? Oh, I can click things. That's right. Hold up. Just depressing. I do not care. Drink the tea. Sneed. Shit's fucked and retarded. Josh is harsh but honest. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can fix her. Them both. BPD. Feeling like I need some Abort-tea. Don't do it. Don't ever drink anything from Tarl's garden. You don't know what... He's like a dank gothic Satanist herbologist, okay? You don't know what kind of pots he's brewing. You don't want to know what kind of Ranar weed he's putting into your drinks. A match made in hell. The pair of them, they're both cunts. Facepalm. Delete post. Suffa Styx. Let it play out. It will be funny. I like your thinking. I think you are onto something. You get government you deserve, but the baby data you deserve. I mean, not yet. Maybe they'll have another. This fourth one's the charm. Fifth one, she's like almost pushed out like an entire squad of U.S. soldiers. You can tell that she's pretty low IQ. So her kids are going to be our finest infantrymen. She gets 3 more kids out of Tarl. We got an entire like squadron. They can send those guys into Ukraine in a couple years. STYXHEXENHAMMER666 went to New Orleans and then went to jail in New Orleans for domestic battery. This is Tara Warwick's incarceration booking page. Wasn't booked on September 30th. His next court date was on the 1st of October, and he ended up waiting 4 full days, I think. Actually, I think less than that, like 2 or 3 days. And he was bailed out by none other than the quartering. For whatever reason, the quartering took pity, and as soon as they heard about the domestic battery charges, he said, I got a free nigga. So he got on the phone, and he paid a $5,000 cash bond to Tarl to get him out of jail. This led many people to laugh at him for being a godless heathen that runs around beating women. He traveled all the way from Vermont to New Orleans to beat a woman and got arrested for it. And I find him smug and insufferable. I'll play, after these days of silence, he comes out and he basically just makes a boring video. I'll play like a little bit of it. This video has 200,000 views, but he says absolutely nothing in it.
Alright everyone, talk about weird times. You probably were wondering where I was for an entire week. Actually, I was in jail. Don't worry, I'm gonna have no problem with the charges. They're pretty spurious. But I do have some fun stories with regards to that. Now, of course, I'm not going to talk about the specifics of the case for legal reasons. And actually, it turns out that Jeremy, the quartering, was the one that posted my bond. So a big shout out to him. I owe him a number of free live streams as a result of this. I just wanted to tell a little bit about the experience, though. You get dragged off by the police, get booked and all this bullshit. And then you go to jail. Not prison, it's just jail. Temporary holding while they, figure out sort of what's going on. Then you have to go and do a court date and give your testimony and stuff like that, and then they figure it out later. Here's my experience. Overall, there were some very unpleasant things about it, but then there were things about it that were surprisingly easygoing. For instance, one of the first things that I saw when I arrived in the jail was actually a dude snorting cocaine. He had a little white packet and he was chopping it up with his fingers, and then he had a little straw that he was snorting, and I'm like, what? How did you get it in here? Then I realized, oh shit, they don't really have any drug checking in here. It was an older dude too, it was a dude in his 60s, And I thought that was surreal. I'm like, that's the first time, by the way, that I've even seen cocaine, and it happens to be in a fucking jail holding cell. But prior to, getting your orange jumpsuit and shit like that, that was strange. Then at another point, let me talk about one unpleasant experience first. In well, they're not really cells, but like little glassed off rooms that, you get locked into at night. You're sleeping like 12 people to a room, in a room that's way, way smaller than my bedroom at Justana. And unfortunately, they have a shortage of blankets there. And so I slept on a bare floor for a week, like with no covering at all. I was lucky if I could get a little towel to use, fold it up and use as a pillow just for my head to keep that from hurting. I've got bruises on my arms and on my legs as a result of this. It was almost unbearable, that part, because I tend to be an insomniac anyway. So that wasn't necessarily...
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss? The summary of his story is that... Well, yes, I was arrested for domestic violence in New Orleans. No, I won't talk about it. Also, I went to jail, and let me tell you how cool jail was. Me and the cool kids hang out doing drugs and marijuana, and everyone was very impressed by my strength and testicular fortitude, and I was very cool in jail, and so on and so forth. And take it easy, peace. Also, I'll beat my charges, I think is what he says. I don't know. This guy lives in Copesville. I hate Styx. I hate how he talks. I hate everything about his online personality. I hate the fact that he gropes women who are not consenting to it on camera. I hate the fact that he married a woman and then had a child with her and then abandoned her in the Netherlands to move to the United States I hate the fact that he forced a woman to induce abortion using homegrown abortion medicine that he grows in his own garden, because apparently he does this so often he doesn't want to go to the store and leave like a paper trail. So he just grows abortion stuff in his own garden for it. It's just kind of a gigantic piece of shit, and I feel like if he gets chewed up by some crazy bitch in Nolens, he probably deserves it. Enjoy prison, soccer child. STYXHEXENHAMMER did appear on the Ralph Retort, and in fact, he requested it. He requested to appear on Ralph's stream to a couple hundred viewers, a smattering of viewers, to state his case that he is not guilty of domestic battery. And he did so over like a 3-hour-long discussion with Ethan Ralph on the kill stream. It's such a weird thing where it's like, why do people... Styx's main audience is like a magnitude higher than Ralph's. So what's the point of going onto Ralph's stream to talk about it? It's really a bizarre decision. I didn't watch this when it happened, and I have preloaded all of these clips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play them, and I will play them until I'm bored of them. You ready? Here we go.
Yeah, I've done dumb things too, and I need to get off the alcohol, and I admit to that.
Well, that was, but I never
strangled anyone. I never beat anyone up. That never happened. That's not even the allegation against me.
No, it's not.
And so people can themselves.
No, I was just telling you, that's what they try to say about me. And I can say I've never done either one of those things either.
So just so you know, I remember this because I did watch a little bit of this, and he was randomly talking about killing women. Six had already left. I tuned in after the fact, and he was talking about killing women randomly. Well, what I remember though is that Ralph must have been so ugly, so sunburned, so disgusting looking, that he didn't even try to grayscale his face out into his preview image. He instead inserted a poorly cropped screenshot of him wearing a fucking cowboy hat and put that as his webcam. So he doesn't even show up in this. He doesn't even make an appearance, but he pretends. And I don't know if it's he just assumes that nobody would notice that he's not there and it's just a still image, or if his OBS layout literally does not have a view where he can show his screen without also showing his webcam, because he's never done that before, at least in a couple of years. So He just doesn't have a... He had to put something there. And instead of putting something funny, he just puts a picture of himself. And it's really weird.
But it still doesn't stop people from saying...
Basically, we're two bad hombres, dude.
Right, I was going to say, we've some bad... All right, let me ask you this question, because it came in from the Duke of Dudley. He says...
I think that battering your domestic partner is probably the least cool in offenses. It's like, okay, least cool is like child... and then above that is like offenses. Basically, all the sex offenses are like the bottom. But then you get to like domestic. Going to jail for battery is not like a bad hombre type of like jail sentence. Bad hombre is going to jail for like murder or for like being a hitman or something. It's basically the same thing, but or slinging dope or something. Not or running like a trafficking ring or something. It's not like I threw my phone at my girlfriend and I said I had commanded mother to do something. That's not really the cool kid crimes.
Paying my tithe, long live the sector. From a duke to a king, kudos to Lord Styx for being the man of his household. 'Tis refreshing to see a fellow man command mother. I don't know what a man command mother is, but
It's a regards to the audio that was released.
Okay, all right. Again, I didn't see.
Command
I do
mother.
not appreciate words.
Okay, never mind. I like him. He's cool. Me and Styx are mending it. This is the heel stream. You just got to say the magic word.
You didn't say that one in the New Orleans jail.
No, people would have been fine with it. Actually, they were among the most chill people I've ever goddamn met.
He keeps talking about how awesome everybody. It was like so cool. It was like super cool. Like all.
I haven't been convicted of any crime at all.
Well, I'll let you know a little secret, and you probably know this. It's not innocent until proven guilty in America. It's actually guilty until proven innocent, and it's a shame because you're taught in civics class growing up, right? That innocent until proven guilty, and this, that, and the other, and you know,
Good luck, dude.
Anything the state puts out, even with Diddy.
Even with Diddy. And when the government says a black man was raping boys, I'm like, that's a cool black man. I don't know if I can co-sign
Jesus
that.
H. Christ.
With Ricada too, and it's like all this stuff is put.
I put my foot out for him, and it's like he hasn't been charged with anything. They're saying that he does like drugs and crazy shit like that. Oh, where's the proof? There is none. None. There's absolutely no proof whatsoever. Poor bastard. He has to suffer, but he has no charge against him.
Dude, there is like a proper fringe contingent of desperate retards who are like forming their own Avengers. Here, look. I want content, so I'm going to make a genuine suggestion. Make this happen. I know that Ralph will listen to this. You got to get Styx, Ricada, Juju, and Vito the Pedo together, and you just got to have one big party together. Go to Tijuana, get the Ricadas, get Styx, your new boy. Just get all you guys into a single mansion and do and stream together. In real life stream. I just showed on the stream that the people on Kick doing an in real life stream, they get like 150,000 viewers. You guys can get 150,000 viewers in Tijuana. Almost no business overhead. You don't really got to do anything. You just got to get all these people into one room, and everybody will tune in. I'll tune in. Make it happen. You want to make money? You want to be a big guy on the internet? The Tijuana Content House with Juju, Vito, Nick Ricada, Styx, Ethan Ralph. Anybody else? There's another like that I forgot about. That's like, oh, get Robert Barnes in there too. Hell, why not? He'd probably. I have a feeling that once Lawyer Man's in behind closed doors, things get a little bit off the chizane, as they say, as the African American contingent say. That's what I'm talking about. Get P Diddy. Get P Diddy up in there. Now we're talking. Now that's a kick stream. Hell yeah. Jet Neptune. Yeah, he's going to jet it up. Jet Neptune. That would work too. Yeah, I like that. Get Aaron with Rekieta at the Tijuana Content House? I don't know. Maybe like in the third chapter or something. You can't bring him in off the gate. That'd like freeze things over. Rekieta has to be a little bit loosey-goosey before that happens. And Mersh. The way he talks is just so infuriating. Like, how do you go out of your way to sound that fucking gay and pretentious? I did indeed command Mother on the 14th night of October to stop immediately henceforth, post haste, with absolute conviction. It's like, why do you talk like that? What's wrong with you? Your shit's all and you talk like a fag. Can we fix this? Is there like a way to reboot you into not get mode? People listen to him too. Like, he streams and people are like, oh, I really want to know what that Styx guy has to say about this. What's wrong with you? Who f***ed you in the ass to make you crave this content?
I'll give Andy Worski a pass just for now, and give him the opportunity to contact me and explain himself. But I'm not going to
explain himself, bro. Someone please lay hands on this guy. Think of that. If I could pick anybody in this world to get punched in the face right now, Styx is probably up there. I could name a bunch of people. Styx is on. If it was any of the people that I'm thinking of, and it landed on Styx, then I would be okay with that. I'd be satisfied.
Asked that fat bastard that he has as his co-host.
Oh yeah, and he immediately, I didn't watch the video because I hate this look and sound of him, but he immediately put out a video about it, and this pro Styx, did all this. And
Styx Hexenhammer got arrested. Well, yeah, dude, I literally talked about it.
Yeah, and you talked about some of the stuff you'd said in your video.
I find it so humorous that the peons have insightful commentary on my ongoing legal issues. Teedle-hee, teedle-hoo.
But I have...
Yes, it's possible for sure, but who cares? First off,
yeah, exactly. Why the fuck do I even give a shit?
Oh my god, he snorted a line. Holy shit.
Right, yeah.
What a terrible, terrible man.
Oh my god, he did drugs.
Used drugs. Nobody else has ever used drugs.
It's just ridiculous, honestly, the Puritanism, however you
This is why I'm not a conservative.
Well, that's why I'm not either. No, I lean to the right because you have to, basically, if you have any sense.
Yeah, I lean to the right because, I don't want to pay more taxes. But other than that, and guns, leave my drugs alone, dude.
I remember, I don't think I've told this story 90 million times, but if you don't remember, in China, before the Cultural Revolution, there was an opium epidemic. The United Kingdom had poured millions and millions of tons of opium into China to destroy it and reduce its world power. Then Mao Zedong entered the room with a gun, and he killed all the opium addicts. And then China became a superpower. I'm just positing this story once again to the forefront of your knowledge so that you may integrate this information if you ever find yourself in a position of power.
Well, and that's always been my mindset about it too. And I'm lucky enough to have a core of people who support me no matter what bullshit is said, and I know you're the same way.
A lot of bullshit said about you, by the way.
There is a lot of bullshit said about me. And one reason, and I'll pause this for a second, you've always been great about not participating in that, and still...
You never hurt my feelings, STYXHEXENHAMMER666.
And so I want to thank you for that publicly, because...
I don't about e-drama.
Yeah, and
I watch people for their content, and I don't watch them if I don't like the content. That's it.
Right, and you've always been cool about debates, and you never said, oh, they're saying this about you, and I need an explanation for that, right, or I can't come on the show anymore. And there have been some people, who'll do that to you, and you're not one of those people, and so I've always appreciated that about you, so...
That's so gay. I really appreciate it, Mr. Hexenhammer, that you never stooped so low as to bully me when I was at my lowest. I really do owe it to you, sir. You really are a stand-up gentleman, if I do say so myself.
Your partner, former, or current, whatever, the other party, people have alleged that they posted on Kiwi Farms and all this. Is that... You can't... I don't know if you can answer that or not.
Kiwi Farms is full of shit. Most of what's posted on there is just fiction.
Well, I would agree with you there, for sure.
Yeah, you've had that experience.
We have no disagreements there whatsoever. And
I want to know how it's possible for there to be an audio recording of you inebriated, having thrown a phone at a woman, and now you're chastising her like a stereotype comic book villain, saying I have commanded my mother. And then everyone's like, oh, it's all bullshit. What's bullshit? And he's just like, you can't prove it happened. So.
Also had a similar experience where it was audio. Styx interacts with women. I understand why Tubby is upset. He can't comprehend it. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, that
just
fat
can't
bastard, he can't even talk to a woman. That's his whole problem.
Yeah, well, I think he might be more of a...
The way he talks, he can't even talk to him.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah,
he
that
just
fat
can't understand.
bastard, he can't even talk to a woman.
He sounds like Review Bra. That's what it is. He sounds like Review Bra if Review Bra was like a terminally insecure libertarian. Like that's he has that really autistic way of speaking.
That's his whole problem.
Yeah, well, I think he might be more of a...
He's probably...
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think he might swing the other direction, so...
He's talking about PPP.
So yummy. Yeah, I think that...
It's like Review Bra trying to say like, well, I went into the Taco Bell dining establishment area and I ordered a chalupa with extra guac. When I received my chalupa, it had no guac at all. And I walked to the counter and I said, do you see what this says here? And it says, sir, he said to me, it says it's a chalupa with extra guac. And I looked at it and I said, do you see this chalupa? And he said, yes, I do. I said, do you see any guacamole on it? And he said, no, I do not. And then I said, you stupid it, and I threw it at him, and I left, and I will never be returning to that establishment again.
Yeah, that might be part of it as well.
Yum, give me that shaft. Yeah,
He's very catty like that, too. I don't know. I've had my suspicions.
I have my suspicions about him, too.
So, and PPP and Andy Worski had said that proved that you assaulted women or whatever.
Assaulted women or whatever.
I'm sad about Andy Worski. I can understand PPP because he's been gunning for me for years. I thought Andy Worski was a bro. I had always gotten along with him. I had never had any problems.
Are we sending Andy Worski to the Content House in Tijuana? Because, I don't know, he seems to be tentatively invited there by Styx. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he can be PPP's chosen champion at the Content House. You have to select your warrior. Ooh, that's a fun topic. Okay, PPP would obviously send Andy. Who is going to be my content hero, my content warrior at the Content House? He has to put a good foot forward to represent us. Ooh, that's a hard one. Has to be some... Oh, Jace, obviously. Or Xavier Ravenblood is his current... This is... Jace is his dead name. Xavier Ravenblood is his new name. I think that Jace could do it. Jace would be my champion in the Content House. Or Boss Man. No, Boss Man would, like, get himself... I think, in Tijuana. I don't want to send Boss Man. He's too precious. I think Jace would be funnier.
With him. And now apparently he has a problem with me, and I don't exactly know why, actually.
Well, I got news for you, Styx. Andy Worski he's actually a professional snake, and so not the first time he's done it to me as well. You think you got a guy?
I had praised him before.
Yeah.
I had never had any problem with him. I thought that we were friendskies, so to speak.
Yeah, he's a snake, and so if he thinks it can make it super chat, he'll roll right along with it. And so.
He'll make $10. Pushing me under the bus, I guess.
Yeah, and actually,
the thing is, I don't even face any criminal charges. People need to understand, I have not been charged with any crime. It's pre-crime nonsense right now.
So he's saying he's not indicted? He was definitely arrested. I guess he's not formally indicted yet. I guess we'll see.
You have better recall in your memory, and of course the
I was looking back at my videos over the last week, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why was I drinking this entire time?"
Yeah, exactly. It improves your.
For the record, I do not drink at all. I think the last time I had a drink, probably in February or March. It's been a long time, maybe April. I can't remember. That's how long it's been. I just had bad memory. No, I haven't had any sink vodka or anything in months. The thing is, alcohol is not fun unless you do it with other people. It's a very social inebriation. So if you don't have a social around you, then you're just wasting your brain cells. Styx. Okay, this guy who I have confirmed, by the way, is at least somewhat close to Styx. Somewhat. I can't say much more than that. Published a series of logs from Tarl. And I will read them because I think there's some pretty damning stuff in this. Samantha says, and to him, Tarl says if you'd like to interview him, to send a DM on Twitter. I'm sorry for peeing in your shampoo all those years ago. Because I was a child. Because I'm going to start inviting people to your party. That sounds lovely. Tarl wants to know if he could possibly bring a friend or two. I don't know how many people you're comfortable with at a party. They're talking about arranging a party. His fear keeps creeping in. Tarl making a fool of me. He says no one thought you were made a fool of. He says he grabbed my boobies on a live stream. Oh, this is that woman. He says, I'm just trying to keep myself grounded in a belief. The comments of everything is mind-blowing. All I did was show up and try to watch the debate. I really don't know why Tarl wanted me on, but apparently his fans hate it. Yeah, people don't like it when the girlfriend shows up on a podcast. Like, that's a thing. Because when there's like a relationship, there's like a dynamic that's not the same dynamic that like a person normally has. It's like if you have like a couple on a stream, it's like a different person. It's like one person and it's different from like whatever you normally listen to. Every time the girlfriend shows up on a podcast, it really f***s up the whole vibe. That's me messaging his sister. Why is he accusing me? He says I've been treating him like shit and I don't want to be with him. He's always drinking. And this guy is trying to tell him to be patient, which is a bad advice. He's going to have a restraining order. He can't contact me and not the hotel anymore. He was arrested for battery. Oh, so it was the booby girl that pressed charges on him for battery. Okay. He assaulted me and he's held a gun at me twice in the past and threatened to kill me. I don't want to talk about this with anyone but Megan, his mom, his wife. I wasn't screaming at Tarl those times. This was the first time The first time was me making a comment and explaining what I meant by it and became absolutely livid pissed. I accused him of, I'm assuming that says gripping his knees. Because you don't tell children you can do whatever you want as long as nobody finds out when they aren't your own child. You don't sleep with an 8-year-old child that isn't yours when you have a piss fetish and she wets the bed. Just because she's scared of the dark, no. So I was concerned and brought that to his attention and he threatened me and was throwing things at me like my brass singing bowl. That's what I mean. The depth of this guy's capacity for evil is terrifying. I have a lot of grace for him, but I will draw my sword at some point. I wish him nothing but the best. This is real. He is f***ed. Should have joined the Fediverse, bro. I warned you. He says, I've seen so many people subtly advertise I try suing him now for all he's done, and that's what's creeping in my mind out of fear. I don't want to do that. I don't know why people think that's the answer. I don't feel as if Taro wants peace, he wants chaos, and it interrupts my peace. I'm so confused, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I feel like he keeps using love as a means to keep me around for ulterior motives, so he can use me for sex and company, and essentially my energy, and I feel trapped. But then I'm told I should detach from my feelings because while we have fun, I feel so exhausted and in pain from everything I've gone through, and I feel so detached from my kids. Oh, she has kids. Oh yeah, that's right. She does have kids. I remember talking about this. It's so painful, and this was way more attention than I've ever wanted, and so much chaos energy. He doesn't want us to be apart. It's not to not be so consumed with my thoughts about it and be able to just enjoy what I have. I don't think I can do that with a man like Taro because it doesn't allow peace to enter. He finds joy and pleasure in darkness. She speaks. I say that. But then I want to believe he will change, but he never has. He's nearly 40. I can fix him. I can fix him. Where is this? Oh, yeah. Okay. He's a master manipulator. He would say the same things and talk to me and talk to himself in circles, and I just got annoyed and walked away. He doesn't want to sacrifice the cigarettes or alcohol. I never agreed to such a thing. I could probably cause... It's probably because I watched him say all the same things to Liz, to me, to so many women. He refuses to leave now. He says he just wants to make sure I'm taken care of and happy because I deserve it. And he held back sobbing, saying he never wants to hear that I'm homeless ever again. It's really emotional when logically, holy fuck, this man has hurt me in so many ways that are painful and supposed to be, and I'm supposed to just let God and Jesus heal that with time. He's ruthless, vindictive, terrifying man when he's angry. They're staying in Louisiana for 10 days at this point. I don't know when this was from. She appears to be making... I have no idea what the fuck that is. I'm not even going to guess. Blah. A heathen. This is weird. She writes. Feelings are capable of making you believe that you're strong, knowing, and kind, but that's knowing. I don't. I encourage him to feel differently. I do that poorly. Everyone keeps saying you can't serve two masters, but they don't see that Satanism and Christianity are two of the same. I'm afraid that this woman is cringe. I'm afraid that I must reduce the amount of capacity for suspension of disbelief that I have in her story because of this cringe chat. That's my verdict on this. I say embrace sin. Well, you know what? You know what, Samantha? I've got for you an opportunity of a lifetime. Right now in Spicer, Minnesota, there is an absolute stud open to swinging with his wife, willing to walk that line between Satanism and Christianity with you. Now, if you're willing to take me up on this offer, I can have you sent to Minnesota today to embrace the dark side and have a lot of fun. I think that this will work out well for everybody involved. Okay, this is just talking about Satanism, which I literally could not give less of a fuck. But I think the main point of contention here is that she alleges that Tarl made inappropriate comments towards an 8-year-old that slept in her bed like Michael Jackson and has a pee-pee fetish, but also intentionally slept with a child who pees in the middle of the night, as children sometimes do. Which is a bit fucking weird, but the narrator is a little bit unreliable in this instance, so I will leave that up to viewer discretion.